I don't have a problem with the Scottish Government waiting for the Equalities Commission. I think that's, I'd like to see that more often, that we take a UK-wide approach to these matters. That's fine by me. If they want to wait and take whatever the UK-wide interpretation of these laws is, then great. The more UK policy making, the better, as far as I'm concerned. The other thing to point out is that, and just to sort of go back to reform, obviously we're talking about reform, or the far right, such terrible people. 2 and a bit years ago, anyone who didn't agree with trans rights and the fact, that the idea that men can become women was a bigot, a transphobe. Far right, I think, was often used. It was a view of the far right that men couldn't become women. And now, as you say, it's the view of the vast, vast, vast majority of the UK. And I think it just shows how these causes, when the bandwagon's rolling, people go, oh, that's terrible, that's terrible. But actually, in the cold light of day, I think we'll come to a similar position in a few years where people go, well, actually, reform aren't that bad. They're just they're just another party. So it's funny how it sort of goes around. What goes around comes around. But the one person we haven't heard from in all of this is Nicola Sturgeon. I mean, what she was the band leader. She was the spearhead, the figurehead for this whole movement. She was the one who said that people who didn't agree with her were transphobes and bigots and probably racist to boot.
She has been unusually quiet.
She's been very quiet. Yeah.
Is it really true? I know that's this is kind of being accepted now that Nicola Sturgeon was the absolute flag flyer for this movement. I don't know if that's really true. Labour, the Conservative, everybody was sort of following along the same rough policy path for many years before, until fairly recent times. It was just something that in general most politicians thought was a good thing, that was potentially going to help out a minority group